traders believe that time in the market is what makes you better. The more that you're on the charts is what makes you better. And they think that if they keep trading, keep putting in more money, keep showing up, keep putting in hours, and keep putting in the time, eventually something will click. But that belief is wrong. However, it feels logical. It feels like the right thing to do because that's how life operates in majority of our adult lives, but it's not actually what works for trading, because in most skills, you put in the time, you put in the repetition, and then that does make you better. Like if you play piano for years upon years upon years, you're going to get better. If you play a sport upon years upon years upon years, you're gonna get better. If you just put in the time in the gym and you lift weights for years, you're gonna get stronger and you're going to be closer to your desired body that you want. So what day traders do is, because we're all human, we say, okay, it worked here, let's apply it to trading. So you assume the same rule is gonna apply into trading. More screen time or more effort is going to equal progress. And that is not true, because in trading, something very different happens than what happens in all the other examples I just gave. See, there can be traders who will do this for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and then they still feel stuck in the same exact cycle. We've all heard those people that are like, oh my gosh, I've been trading for 10 years and I've never made money, or I'm still stuck in the same cycle. But when you look deeply at it, they're breaking the same rules, they're still overtrading, they're still giving profits back, they're still emotionally trading. And you can have all those things be true, but at the same time, there's a whole different other trader who's compressed their entire journey into 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 years. So how is there people that are struggling a decade into their trading journey, but then there's people who have collapsed their journey to be successful in 1 or 2 or 3 years? The real question is, what is the difference? Because it's not intelligence. At the end of the day, intelligence or degrees or schooling or academic strength was never a prerequisite for succeeding in trading. It's not about how many books somebody might even read on trading. It's not even about how many YouTube videos this person watched. Oh, the person that collapsed it read 10 books a day and they watched 20 YouTube videos a day, and the person that is still struggling 10 years in didn't do that. That's not true. Like, you can even say like, oh, it might be how badly they wanted. That person that did it in 2 years really wanted it real bad, and the person that did it in 10 is still struggling 10 years in is like, you know, not fully focused on trading. So that's the difference. Those aren't really even the difference. The difference is one thing, and it's called speed of feedback. Because trading is not a knowledge skill. It's not a intelligence-based skill. It is a performance skill. When you perform well, you make money. It's directly related to your performance. And performance skills do not improve from repetition alone. They improve from corrected repetition. So what you might be doing that is going to have a major, massive difference than the person who's already succeeded is you're doing the same thing over and over and over, and your execution is never being corrected. But the person that is going to succeed faster has a really great feedback loop, and I'm going to explain that right after I give this example. Because if you imagine someone who plays golf, and they're gonna go out on the green and do 100 swings. But every single swing that you take, imagine it's you, and every single swing you take, nobody's gonna tell you what you did wrong. You're just swinging, and you go back Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then Friday, and you do that every single day. Like, you're gonna feel like you should be better. You're gonna feel like you should be good. You should feel like good inside, because technically you're committed and you're putting in the work and you're showing up. But the issue is that's not the same as actually getting good at golf, because the one thing that makes you good is your swing, and that is never being corrected. It's never being fixed because nobody's telling you what you're doing wrong. So that is why most traders are literally not succeeding, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're repeating a behavior every single day, opening up the markets at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, trading all the way to 4 p.m. and being there, showing up. But you're repeating behavior and it's never getting corrected. All that's happening is you're reinforcing bad habits, and you're putting your bad habits on automation. Like, you're just getting really used to and deeply wiring your brain to do bad habits. And that is why the person who's been trading for less time, sometimes it's easier to teach, because the person that's been trading for a decade or two, doing the wrong thing that whole time, like, all they want to do is blame the market because the market is changing. And so what you've been doing is you're trying to essentially say, okay, well, let me change the strategy. But you don't realize that the market just changes, and you need a system that literally has that built into it. Like, my system works in whatever market we're in. But what you're doing is you're looking for a new indicator, or looking for a new system, or you're looking for like an issue, trying to fix an issue, but you're never actually fixing the strategy. You need a proper feedback loop, and you cannot improve a performance without a fast and accurate feedback. It's literally how our brains work. That is why coaches exist. They're not just here to be your friend and hold your hand. They're here so that your brain can constantly get its feedback. Your brain needs a tight feedback loop between action and correction. Action, like, you do something, you get corrected. You do something, you get corrected. And you're constantly adjusting, and then you repeat that over and over and over. Correction, adjustment, correction, adjustment, a correction, adjustment. Like, constantly somebody telling you what you may or may not be doing wrong. And so sometimes that feedback loop is either not there at all, so you're not improving at all, or maybe it's just slow because you're doing it yourself. And that is why traders can spend years feeling like they're so busy, but they're never actually making any money, and then they're never actually transforming. It's like, keep working on that swing by just going out and doing your golf swing, but if nobody's ever telling you what you're doing wrong, then your feedback loop is going to be infinite. It's just like it's going to take forever to ever become successful, because your feedback loop is literally months in between each correction. So what you're doing is you're taking trades, and then while you're taking trades, you still feel emotional, you're still making mistakes, and then nobody's actually showing you what is actually happening at a behavior level. See, when you work with me in my coaching programs, one of my coaching programs is $5,000. And when you're in that program, it's about the behavior level. We're not going to talk about strategy because that's not really your problem. We need to look deeply into the behavior level, but it's really hard for you to see your own behavior level because you're you. And that cycle is going to quietly repeat. And some of you are already realizing this. That's probably why you're watching this video and realizing it, because you can feel that you're not lacking effort. You can feel that you're not actually lacking desire. You're not lacking, anything that's like disqualifying you. Like, you can feel like you really do want this. But again, it's not about who wants it the most. It's like there's something deeper that's missing. So I'm going to explain why this hidden cost even exists, why you need to stop trying to have slow feedback and just give yourself a feedback loop, and why that is making you stay stuck far longer than you realize. That video where I'm explaining that is linked in the description box and also in the comment section to watch right now.